Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so what we have here are three different, what we call vibrotactile systems. So they all have separate systems within them. This is a smaller vest that we'll pick up and we'll try in a minute. This is a pillow, and then this is another type of vest. And inside those vests and the pillow are what we call transducers. So transducers are they're like speakers, but when they contact your body or your skin, then you can feel the vibration from the audio that you are putting into them. This one is a small kind of vest which you can put on your back. And this also, so all these cords, what's happening here is this is an amplifier. And it's just you can buy them at music stores, etc. They're called microphone amps. They're very portable. And that's what takes the audio sound and directs it into the transducers to get the vibration. And this one you can feel, they're quite large. See that? It's about this size, the transducer on this. So this is a very powerful system. And you can actually probably almost make your teeth rattle with this one. This one is a much softer vest, and it covers more of your back. And in this one we have 8 transducers. In the other one we had 2. In this we have 8. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means there's 8 different points where you're going to feel vibration on your body. Okay, and then this one is a pillow, which again has 8 transducers inside. The idea of the pillow is for someone who has very little mobility and say is in a wheelchair, they can hold this, they can hold it, or someone can put it at their back, or they can hold it to their chest. And if they're in bed, they can use it as a kind of pillow. So it's more accessible for some people than the vests are. So let me just start here. I'm going to use we're going to start with using just my cell phone with some audio that's on it. And we'll start with this one. So we have to have power. And because these are systems that are made in North America, we have to have adapters so that we can use these in, that's right here. We can use these here. And there is an audio cable right here. So you can use any sound source that will work on these. So any of you, like music that your favorite music, if it's on your iPhone or on your computer, you can plug that in. If you're watching a movie, you can plug the audio from the movie into this. You can obviously just have a microphone and plug the microphone right into here, and you can sing or experiment with your voice, and you can feel your voice on your body. And we'll get some music going here. Oops, and there we are. And we're going to turn this on. Now what do you hear? So you're hearing the music. So what happens is with these, you get not only the vibration, but they're also transmits the sound. So you're getting sound and vibration at the same time. So,
Do you want somebody
and you
to be your willing assistant?
yeah, sure, yeah. So we'll just put this, you can put it on your chest or on your back, it doesn't matter, one way or the other. Okay, and then this is your volume.
Okay, right.
So you've got two systems, two transducers here, so you're feeling the vibration sort of in your tummy area and higher in your chest.
Yeah.
And this, as I say, is very powerful.
Wow, I feel that.
Right?
Yeah.
So it actually is an almost internal kind of
Yeah.
vibration. It's like when you're, at a rock band or something, listening to a rock band, and they're so powerful that your chest is going like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as I say, you can wear that on your front or your back. These are still connected by wires, so they're somewhat limited in terms of your movement. But we're going to be, you can pretty easily transition into Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Once you get a Bluetooth system and operate it through that,
Okay.
which gives you a lot more movement. You just take this with you, put it in your pocket, and head off down the street.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that one. We'll stop that.
Cool.
And we'll stop the music for a second. Okay. We will now take this and this. And we're gonna.
How did that feel in your opinion?
Yeah, now you want to try. Oh, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I felt the vibrations. Felt quite nice.
On an intensity of 1 to 10, where this is 1, and 10 is like you're being crushed by a huge crowd and being up and down and up and down. What was that on the intensity
I'd
scale?
say about a 3 or a 4.
Which
that
is
was
actually quite strong.
Yeah. That was like when it was like turned all the way up, of course. Because you can turn the volume up and down, and as the volume goes up and down, the intensity goes up and down.
And that is all from that small machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was saying, Sean, that even though there's like wires and it looks kind of heavy technology, it's pretty simple. And actually you could build a system like that yourself.
And how do you think this will improve accessibility in people listening to
Okay,
this?
so this type of system came from some research that was done in Toronto at Ryerson University, and they did about a 4 or 5 year research project, and they around developing a theater chair for the deaf. So the idea with this technology, first and foremost, I guess, is to allow deaf people to be able to experience sound through vibration on their body. There's lots of people that believe that deaf people don't experience or don't appreciate sound, but that's entirely untrue. They just experience it in a different way. So this just enhances that way of experiencing music. But I think it's okay for everybody. Like, I think anyone can sort of get a kind of an enriched experience of sound or music through these as well. So I find that they're quite universal. Okay,
Yeah.
you're on?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to try the larger vest now. And I mentioned earlier that it has a more elaborate system built into it of 8 transducers rather than 2. So we're going to just use the same audio file. And so when it's turned right off, the volume's off. Now there's nothing happening. It's just like if you were turning volume up on your, on your phone or your TV. So we'll start kind of low, and again, you can put this on your chest or your back. Actually, it's probably a good idea to try both.
Yeah.
To start with. Yeah, try that first, and then just kind of hold it tight here so that you've got good contact.
Yeah.
All the way up and down. And you're getting probably a little bit of sensation happening.
Yeah.
Do you feel there's any particular part that's more, you're noticing it more?
Towards the bottom, yeah.
Okay.
But it's a lot more spread out.
Okay.
Because with the other one, I think there were like 2, so it was all like in one place.
Yeah.
There's 8, so it's a lot more.
Yeah. And you remember that different parts of our body have experienced sensation in different at different levels.
Yeah.
So we're going to turn the volume up a little bit here.
Yeah.
Getting more of a spread now.
Yeah.
Now, the tricky thing about working with audio and vibration is that you can never get rid of the sound.
Yeah.
Vibration and sound are inseparable.
Yeah.
So, as a hearing person, you're getting the sound and the vibration. But if you can imagine not having the ability to hear, we can only imagine that, right?
Yeah.
But the idea is that the kind of a sensation that we experience through our ears, they're experiencing through their body.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's stop that. And did you want to ask if he had any thoughts on this one?
So, in your opinion, did you find this as more effective at vibrating than the last product?
This one felt a little bit more real, as in, because it felt a lot more like, as what David was saying, it felt a lot more like you're at a concert kind of thing, because it has more of like an all-round kind of vibration that's going on. Whereas the other one was more powerful, but it was powerful because it was concentrated into one place.
Yeah.
But this one's a lot more spatial.
Yeah.
Do you think another benefit for this product is that some people who cannot go to concerts are able to experience? So they may be hearing people, but they cannot experience concerts. And this will actually give them a true chance to experience it.
Yeah, because it definitely has that kind of like standing in the crowd. Speakers are
like a surround sound kind of experience.
Yeah.
So if you can imagine having this on the front and back
Yeah.
at the same time, then you're totally surrounded.
Yeah.
There's a threshold for some people too, right? In terms of how much they can manage.
Yeah.
So you have to work with that too.
Yeah.
You have to work with the response of the.
But this product gives one the freedom to decide how they want to feel it.
Yeah.
Can I ask a technical question, please, David? Your products are all stitched with neoprene, and I thought how clever. And in fact, I've got a little neoprene red holder somewhere for my laptop. And we're looking at making some vibrating cushions, and I thought, great, I'll just buy exactly the same thing. It's got a handle and everything. But somebody then turned around and said, oh, you shouldn't use neoprene because it dampens it. So what's the reason that you do use neoprene?
Well,
you need to dampen it to a certain extent.
I think that, I think the thing with this type of material, to me, is probably ideal. I don't know. It depends a lot more on, because we've got the sort of vest, but there's also a layer of padding in there as well. So it depends on what that padding is and how thick it is. It's all part of the experiment, right? To get it sort of right.
Does the padding reduce the vibration or amplify the vibration?
It would tend generally to reduce it, but the side of the transistor that's closest to your body is very thin. Layer of padding. More of the padding would be on the outer part, simply to protect, the transducers and the wiring system.
Oh, I see. So the padding is there to protect the system, not for the wearer.
Not when it's on the outside, right? On the inside is where you're working with. That's the padding that you want to have the least amount of effect on the vibration. Now, Maria, who I've also worked with in Toronto, has used, I don't know what it's kind of almost a rubberized form, and it works really well too. I don't know, I wouldn't say I know which is better.
But you can recommend, this is a good material.
Yeah, and a lot of even like the spandex kind of materials, I think are probably going to be really good. Like we're just sort of starting to work with that. So what you do is you work with much smaller transducers, like quite tiny, and obviously more of them on your body. And the wiring is it's much smaller, but it's also more delicate. So you have to, almost embed it or have 2 layers of it, so that it's very, what would I say? It doesn't move. You can't have it moving around because then the wiring will start coming apart from the transducers.
Yeah.
But also, the other thing I'm working with at home is, I've got one on right now, the kind of knee braces and the elbow braces. So I'm just working with those right now and putting systems into them. And that's another kind of very thin material. I think it's the, and depending on, as I say, the smaller transducers would require almost no padding, because that's when you're really interfering with the placement and the sort of separation from your body. So the further you separate it from your body, obviously, the more it's going to affect the contact.
Yeah.
Now with the benches, that's a different kind of system. You've got them right attached to the wood, right? So then the wood becomes the transmission of the vibration. And then you can experiment with wood as opposed to plastic, as opposed to glass. Or steel even. And glass is a great transmission.
Yeah.
Water obviously can be. And I'm actually, when I'm finished here in London, I'm going to Amsterdam to work with an artist who has developed these very thin kind of water blankets. And we're going to try placing transducers into those and see how it spreads in the water and how that impacts the body. So I was just saying, one of the things we're planning on doing over the next 2 or 3 years is a project where we're going to be working with head systems called EEG readers or systems, which measures your thought patterns, your brain thought patterns. So, and then there's with these systems, you can see visually the pattern of your thoughts. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking those images and transferring them into sound, and then so that then the sound will also be vibration. So you can feel. The idea is you can actually feel your thought patterns on your body. The sort of rationale behind that is, again, for people who are a very limited mobility, perhaps have no movement other than their head, they can actually, through their thinking, can create sound compositions or music. And then, of course, vibrotactile sensations as well.
The Vibrafusion products allow me to experience the concert without having to physically go to a concert, therefore providing a means of freedom.
So you got to experience making those sounds, and at that time you're also hearing them. Now you have the experience of hearing them again, but feeling them as well.
I'm feeling my chest.
Okay?
I'm feeling my chest.
In your chest, yeah. So, you've got your hand in there too, right? Yeah. Can you feel down here now too? On your legs? Right?
Yeah. I believe. So how was your experience today with Vibrafusion's products? Vibrafusion project is about sharing, and it's about vibration, it's about your heart. So it gives you the chance to share the vibration feeling to people who want to, and they can feel them in their heart, yes? Yeah. And why did you enjoy using a Vibrafusion product today? Because vibration is something that you do in your heart, and if you try it in your vibration, you do it very, very, very well. So you think that it felt very, very well, or very, very nice, using a Vibrafusion product. Would you recommend a Vibrafusion product to other people who'd like to experience vibrations and would like to experience the feeling of being at a concert but are unable to?
Yeah, I would like that if the vibration. And then I'm going to join it for at school. We're going to try and do the vibration.
So you would recommend this to your colleagues in your work environment, but as your work environment, you'd recommend this to your acquaintances at school, yes?
Yeah?
Thank you very much for looking at this interview. We have evidence to show the fascination that children like Calvin experience using Vibrafusion products. Please use Vibrafusion products. Thank you very much. At this current moment, we are recording the audio so we can put it through the Vibrafusion test.
You can follow vibration.
Did you get that? Okay, sure.
Perfect.
So I think what are we playing back now? The drums.
Feel that
Yeah, is it too high?
No.
No? Okay. You like it pretty good. So these are what, 2 sets of drums that we were playing? Can you distinguish or separate the 2 drums? Or you feel
I
that?
think you feel one you feel so I think the one that was Calvin feels because the one
Yeah. Oh, the beats, yeah.
and then the little gaps where Genius there, you feel it slightly less. You feel it slightly lower down.
That way than in your lungs? It's hard to say. And this is...
Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
So this was just audio that I recorded of Calvin talking. I can feel like a low here. I'm ready.
Are you ready?
It starts from like the button.
Okay.
It goes up. And you feel it sort of to the
Separate.
sides. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
So now I will show you little bits of audio that we made with Calvin using the instruments, and we'll see what are your reactions to these bits using the Vibrafusion vest.
Okay.
So this is a gentler noise made from like little clicks from that percussion instrument over there. So what is your opinion on, so how does that feel in vibration? Is it strong or is it weaker or is it...
This is a little bit soft compared to the music that you put on.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is turned up full volume, too.
Oh, is this for volume?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But there's a gentle... Because
Yeah,
some
I might just
instruments...
about feel the little... This thing.
Yeah.
Like
Just,
little,
yeah. Kind of like almost a tingling
yeah.
more so.
Now we're going for a more dramatic drum that was played by Calvin and Julie.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah, I can definitely feel that.
And where do you feel it? Where do you feel the vibrations? So central. Does it feel like it spreads out?
Like the impact is here, and then it kind of spreads out.
It's exactly what you were saying, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. which is what vibration does.
Yeah.
Really. I mean,
Yeah,
if you
like
think about
ripples. That's what
if you think about a visualization, if you think about ripples dropping a stone in the water, it's the same thing with vibration, right?
Yeah.
So so it makes sense that you feel it spreading up to the other parts of the body.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going with another bit of audio track.
Okay.
See what's your opinion. So here we're comparing one of the instruments with the inclusion of voice. What was stronger?
Sorry?
So we are comparing the
Yeah.
vibration. I'll repeat this.
Comparing this to...
Voice is going to come in at some point here.
So how do you feel with the movement from like an instrument to voice? Does the voice feel stronger because it's deeper? And do you think that deeper sounds are more vibrating?
The voice definitely feels a lot stronger.
Hmm.
And I feel like that's partly because the voice compared to that instrument is a lot deeper, and it's also, was it closer to the camera at the time as well? Because I feel like that was
That's
also
true, yeah.
slightly part of it. Because if the camera was like right next to if the microphone was right next to the sound, then that would have been a lot more
impactful.
Yeah, because that.
Vibrafusion products allow me to physically go to a concert without having to allow me to experience a concert without having to physically experience one. It gives me
Without having to travel miles. So you are physically experiencing one.
Okay. Allow me to experience a concert without having to travel miles, and it provides
Me the freedom
a means of freedom
of how I want to experience my
of
concert.
how I want to experience a concert. Okay.